Hello everyone, it is Canadian Futures Trader here. It is Thursday, April the 15th, about 10 a.m. in the morning. And this is an update on my Earn2Trade, day number 3 of 15, and had a winning day. So I actually recorded, I only made 2 trades. I actually recorded both trades, so I'll show you those after this little preamble. But if you're interested, it was a profitable day. I know this doesn't quite show my profit for the day, but if you saw yesterday's video, I was at, say, roughly 1,500 in profit, and today I'm at 2,267. So made about $750 or so. So this is my current balance. Obviously, it's this amount plus 150. This does not say day 3 yet because we're still in day 3. I mentioned yesterday this updates real time. The balance updates real time. The progress will update after the day actually completes. So one thing I wanted to mention as well, they do have a consistency rule. It's fairly straightforward. Basically, no one day out of your 15 days can be more than 30% of your total profit. They're just, I mean, you could have 3 days that are 29% each and then, make up the small difference with the rest of your days, however you want to do that. But one day cannot mean more than 30% of your total profit. So you just kind of have to keep that in mind. Long story short, if the goal is to make 9,000 or slightly more than 9,000, then no one day should be bigger than 30% of that, which is $2,700. So far, I mean, that's really not a problem. I feel like sure, if you're having a great run and an amazing day, it would kind of suck to have to stop, but no big deal. I will mention too, you don't actually break a rule if you exceed that. It's just that you now have to make even more profit to get it to the point where that one day. So say I made $3,000 one day, I went slightly over 2,700. Well, now I'm going to have to make even more profit so that 3,000 is less than 30% of the total goal. Hopefully that makes sense. I personally don't find it a big deal. I'm more than happy to lock in a $750 day and call it a win. Yesterday was a 15, or I think it was about 1,500 or 1,800. No, it was about $1,500 day. So that's all good. So before I show you the 2 trades, this was before I started trading, but this was the activity up to this point. So both trades were in the Ultra Bond. I went back to Old Faithful, if you will. I see it up here, the Ultra Bond. This was my balance at the start of the day, so it was 1,550. And I want to show this just to put a little bit of context around why I took these trades. Essentially, it had run up, it kind of bounced up, trying to push through the highs, fallen. So I was really looking forward to possibly break this high further, but we're going to look at the price action and see what it does. So before I show the 2 trades, I think that's basically it. So if you're interested in seeing those, I recorded them in Jigsaw. I'll try to keep them short. The second trade is actually like about a 45-minute trade, so I'm just going to show you basically the entry and the exit because the rest of the time it's just kind of sitting there waiting for it to do something. So I'll say in advance, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you aren't already. I'll document my process through Earn2Trade. I'm also working on a video kind of going over all of the highlights of Earn2Trade. I mentioned that yesterday, the pros, the cons, just the rules in general, what they are, etc. As well, yesterday I mentioned that day 1 was on Monday. I was incorrect. I knew that sounded wrong when I said it. Day 1 was Tuesday. Day 2 was Wednesday, and now day 3 is Thursday. So there you go. And let's get to the 2 trades. Okay, guys, so this will be trade number 1. Both trades are Ultra Bonds, so it'll be this DOM on the right-hand side. This is my Ultra Bond, 30-year in the middle, 10-year on the left. I get ready to enter here in a second. So again, just thinking back to that graph, it was pushing the high, so this was the high. I was really looking for it to push up again. Rithmic's been a little slow lately with pulling like the data, like it should be pulling all the trade information from below this, but it's not. I kind of didn't care because I was only focused on this. So there you go. I have a limit order in that gets filled here in a second. Again, it's kind of frozen. It gets a little choppy sometimes. So right now I'm long at price of 16. I mean, the high is right here. I'm watching as usual, 30-year and 10-year, more than 30-year. lot of selling. That's not what you want to see after entering a long position. But I mean, it only moved down 2 ticks, so still really felt like we were going to push that high. I mean, I'll give it up to 4 ticks. If it starts going 4 ticks against me, it's time to bail. And you got a quick snap right back up. Again, this is pretty choppy. I have the video paused right now. Actually, at that point, I stopped recording with one software and I started recording with another, and it worked out a little bit smoother. It's still a little bit choppy, but it's not as bad. I have the video paused now just to add a bit of context because it happens fairly quick what happened. So the price had moved up, I think, 1 tick in profit at where the last part cut off. At this point, it charged up, really looking for it to push through. Not to spoil it, but it happens pretty quick. So what we'll see happen is I put in a stop loss at break even, so I know at the worst I'm just going flat. And then it does shoot up. I move my stop up to 3 ticks of profit. And unfortunately, I mean, I probably should have been a little bit more aggressive, grabbed some more of the profit. It goes all the way up 6 ticks, where I could have grabbed 750 in profit, but I don't. I move my stop to 375, and as quick as it comes up, it comes back down and takes me out. Can't complain, still got 3 ticks of profit. So I just explained what's going to happen. Now let's watch it. I recenter it here in a sec. There we go. Okay, so at this point, it's up 3 ticks. I set my stop at break even. And you get a quick jump up here. There's the jump up. You see I could have sold here. Not many contracts trade, so I take that back. I probably couldn't have got filled at 750, but I certainly could have just like taken myself out here and locked in the 625. And then as quick as that happened, it came back down and took me out. I probably stopped the video. Well, the trade is out, but and that's basically it for trade number 1. So nothing really to be excited about there. Basically, I'd say one of my favorite kind of plays with the bonds, the ultra bond, is when it breaks new highs and it breaks new lows, you do get those pops. Wish I'd taken a little bit more advantage of it. I didn't, but we still got a profitable trade out of it. Let's look at trade number 2, which is actually playing the exact same kind of range and same idea. Okay guys, so I fast forwarded the 45 minutes or so to where the trade is about to end actually, and I picked here on purpose, 1, because it is the end, and 2, you see it here, we're right at break even. So I spent the last 45 minutes just watching it bounce around in this little range. It would come down 2 ticks, go up 2 ticks. Didn't ever quite break through. As I mentioned, I think already mentioned, I moved my take profit down from 4 ticks just to 3 ticks or wherever I had it. Just it had gone up a few times and not really broke through, and then came down. I'm like, you know what? I'm happy to take 2 or 3 ticks on this one. So what'll happen is I let it play. You finally see it start to break up. I'm contemplating moving my take profit up a tick or 2, maybe grab some more, but I'd been kind of psyched out a few times already on it moving up and then backing down. So I was like, you know what? Let's just try to get this 3 ticks and call it a winner. And that's what happens. So it happens pretty quick. It just kind of charges up. You finally get that push, and we get our second winner. So I'll let this play. So there you see it move up a tick. You're going to see a flurry of buying. And in a second here, I'm debating moving it up a tick. You see my mouse hovering like 1 tick up, and just like that, in a second here, it's going to spike up and take me out, which is fine. It takes me out for 3 tick profits. So I'll pause it there just because the video kind of abruptly ends. I really should let them play for a few minutes afterwards. But yeah, so it ticked up. Honestly, I'm not quite sure. I didn't watch it too much after this, but there you go. So, and you see the fills. So this is the tape over here, obviously on the right. You see the fills over here. I mean, we're obviously trading on SIM in the different evaluations, but it just shows you that there's some contracts were traded there. And that is basically it. So kind of a similar play. This one just to the first trade. This one just took a lot longer to play out. I do like these kind of break the new high things, especially when it's kind of come up and touched it, moved back, touched it, moved back, touched. Like it's the sellers aren't blasting this right back down. So eventually they seem to push through, and that's what we got there. And again, why I like the ultra bonds. I mean, that was a 3 tick winner, and it was $375 on a 4 lot, I should say. You can't quite see it here, but I was trading 4 lots. So that's it for my Earn2Trade, guys, for day 3. There is one thing I probably mentioned in the first video, but There is a scaling plan with Earn2Trade, so even though it's up to 15 contracts, I think, in the evaluation I'm in, you have to scale in. At this point, I could actually be trading more contracts, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to stick with the 4 for now, build myself up a nice buffer. Maybe once I have a 3 or 4 grand buffer, I use a few more lots. But I think, too, you could honestly make it the entire way through an evaluation trading. It's kind of the minimum number of contracts allocated to you. So just some people always will mention, or or even a few people have emailed me and say, I'm having a tough time. The swings are too extreme. Just size down. Don't trade the full clip. Trade what you feel comfortable with, and just chip away at it. So I'll leave you with that, guys. That's day 3. Happy it's going well, and I will update you on my day 4, which will be Friday. Fridays obviously tend to be a bit slower. So we'll see what we do tomorrow. If we can get a few ticks out of it, fantastic. And I'll leave you with that. Thanks, everybody. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next